Welcome back, everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about trading double tops and double bottoms. So double tops tend to be quite bearish in nature, and double bottoms tend to be quite bullish in nature. And they're good reversal patterns to trade. I'll go into more detail, but if you enjoy the video, remember to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell if you want to join me before I go live every day before the market opens, trading live every single day. See you soon. Enjoy the video. Okay. In this video, we'll take a look at double tops and bottoms. A double top or a double bottom is exactly what it sounds like. It's where the price reaches, in the case of a double top, two areas are two times the same area, the top of the market, if you will. And double bottom is exactly the opposite. They're pretty easy to trade, actually. There are a multitude of ways you can approach it, but the most conservative way is to wait until you have not only the potential double bottom, but you break above what will be the middle part of what eventually becomes a W or an M pattern. So basically you need, in case of a double bottom, a lower high, similar low, same price basically, and then a higher high. So it shows a bit of a reversal. Pretty straightforward to trade. Very powerful, especially when you talk about trending markets. So for example, I've got Amazon here in front of you. Now, this is a market that is clearly shown a bit of resistance here, and we have a little bit of a double top here. You could play this out like this. So at this point, what do you do? Well, you short on a break of what will be the bottom of the M and the middle of the M pattern, and you aim for the next support of resistance, which is right here, 1910. And you can see that it worked out quite nicely, as this was a very negative day and we rolled over. There's one here now, there's a wick that comes down lower, but most people look at these in the candle body themselves. So where do we go right here to where that resistance is? Pretty straightforward. So not a huge trade, but a nice one. Okay. Keep in mind that this is a 15-minute chart. Where do you put the stops? Well, the stops are pretty straightforward. You just put them above the double top or below the double bottom. They are pretty reliable. They're pretty reliable. I mean, nothing's 100%. The higher the time frame, of course, the more important they are. They can go with the trend, meaning that if we get a situation where we're in an uptrend and then we get a pullback, they tend to be more reliable. So by virtue of the way Amazon has traded for, as long as I can remember at least, it's been in an uptrend. So by virtue of that, double bottoms have worked out quite well. Here in the Citigroup stock, you can see that we've been pretty negative for some time. So this isn't technically a double top because they're spaced out a little bit too far. And don't get hung up on the idea of exact tick. There can be a few cents apart. The tops or the bottoms is not that big of a deal. So for example, I would consider this a double top. I would consider that your breakout point, and you have to see that we end up filling all the way down to that gap. 2 days later, most of the day, you would have been selling off as well. Double top there, right down to the resistance level, and double bottom. And it rallied quite nicely. Sometimes if you don't really have a target, let's just say you don't up here, you can take the size of the pattern itself, extrapolate that for one for one, like you would with a rectangle or something like that. If this is $10, for example, then your target is $10. So on a breakout, it's treated the same way. So in this trade, you belong here. You'll be aiming for about, I'm going to eyeball this and say 60 cents. You have a stop loss here. And then that will be 60 cents. So you're looking at 72.60, which is right about there, okay? Which is basically right where it stopped. Pretty straightforward way to trade, a very common pattern, okay? No magic to it whatsoever. It's just an area where price can either go above or below. No simple trade where the market doesn't want to be. That's the idea of a double top or a double bottom.